Hello, my name is Istina, and in today's video I will talk about all of my Minty glosses. So I have mentioned in the past that I'm not the biggest fan of the traditional plumping glosses. So something that you might think of is, for example, the Too Faced lip injection. I'm not a fan of the way they smell, I'm not a fan of the way they feel or taste, and in general, while I can handle it and I don't find them to be too painful, I just don't enjoy them. However, something that I do enjoy a lot is mint. And I have noticed quite recently that a lot of plumping glosses are not actually the spicy thing, but they're minty instead. I have also noticed that I have quite a few of them and I really like them. A lot of them claim to be cooling and not necessarily plumping, although some do say that they are plumping. They're more gentle, they're not as painful or harsh, and they do give that cooling feeling, which especially now in August, where I live, we're pretty much going through a heat wave, and having a cooling minty sensation on my lips is actually really welcome. So in today's video, I decided to talk about every single minty lip gloss that I have. I have made a short list of all the qualities of the lip products that I have that I will be analyzing, and that is packaging, more specifically the size of it, the amount of product in it, if it's significant, also the comfort of using the packaging. Then I will be analyzing and comparing price per milliliter of product. We will explore the world of finding out how expensive things actually are. I will then mention color, I will mention nourishment. When I wear a lip gloss, it is basically a lip balm for me. It has to be nourishing. If it's not, it's just not worth it for me and I will not like it. Then I will be mentioning scent. I will be mentioning the plumping minty effect slash feeling. I will be mentioning the applicator, and I will also be talking about accessibility. So how easy it would be for you to get the product. For the prices, I will also make a note that you might find the same product for a different price depending on the store or the country. The prices that I mentioned might not be 100% accurate, but that's not the point. The point is to compare more or less the value of the product per milliliter. I mean, even if the prices are not 100% accurate, I still feel like it's enough to give an idea. So the first product I want to talk about is from Huda Beauty, and it's their Silk Balm Icy. It contains 3 milliliters of product, which is really not a big amount. Most glosses contain more than that. The size of the packaging is really not small. So you don't guess that it contains this little product just looking at the tube. For example, this Colourpop gloss contains pretty much 4 times more product. And when it comes to size of the packaging, it's really funny looking. So that's the first drawback of this product that stood out to me. Then the price. The price that I found for the full size is around 26 euro, which means it costs pretty much 8.50, 8.60 per milliliter of the product. It is the most expensive from my list. Obviously, I know that there are more expensive glosses on the market. I know that it's not crazy expensive, but I feel like the size of the packaging is kind of lying to you because it seems like there will be a big amount of product, and there's not. It's the smallest one. Literally is the amount of product you get in some mini lip glosses, and this is full size. I'm pretty much down to here, and I used it like 15 times. If I just continue to use it and not abandon it, I will most likely finish it this year, even with my almost 30 glosses in my drawer. So even though I really do enjoy Huda Beauty products, that discovery was quite disappointing for me. Then another thing is the color. It has a slight blue tint. You can see it in the packaging. It does have the tint. It's not the color of the packaging, it is the color of the actual product. And when you apply it on the lips, initially you can kind of slightly see it. It's giving a slight blue tint to the lips, but only if you keep it in a thick layer. And let's be honest, no one's gonna do that. You're gonna spread it out and it's gonna look translucent. So I wouldn't get scared of the blue tint. I also wouldn't get too excited for it. The color is there, I feel, more to give a beautiful effect to the packaging, to look more icy and not really to look blue on the lips. To me, that's an advantage. I don't really want a blue lip gloss. When it comes to nourishment, it's completely fine. It's nourishing. I enjoyed it. It stayed on the lips surprisingly well for a gloss. I feel like it was still there after quite a long time, even through drinking. I have no complaints. The scent is very delicate. It's slightly sweet, pretty much not really minty. Maybe kind of minty. It's mostly just sweet though. It smells like candy. And like I said, it's a very, very delicate scent. You don't really smell it on the lips, but it's nice. It's a pleasant scent. It's not too obnoxious. It's pleasant. When it comes to the plumping effect, this is the strongest plumping effect in my small minty glosses collection. It is almost stinging at the beginning, and I personally enjoy it. If you are really sensitive and don't like more painful glosses, you might not like it, so that might be something that is a reason why you would avoid it. The minty slightly stinging sensation also stays for a while. You can feel it after, but it's not as strong. It's mostly just minty then. I personally kind of enjoy it. I like feeling it on my lips. I am not sensitive, like I mentioned. I don't mind it being a bit stinky at the beginning, but I did notice that out of all the minty glosses that I have, this one was initially the strongest. When it comes to the applicator, it's like a small doe foot applicator. It's quite slim, if you can see. It's fluffy, but not too fluffy. It's quite small, which is why it applies a bit less product. But I feel like it's this small because of how small the packaging is. Like, it has to be small because otherwise it wouldn't fit. And because it's fluffy and not like a little plastic spatula, if you are using it on top of lip glosses and you don't want to contaminate the color, you would need to properly wipe it with a tissue, and it's not as easy. It is something that I often do, applying lip glosses on top of lipsticks, and I don't like contaminating my lip glosses, so that is something that I was paying attention to. And then the last thing I want to talk about is accessibility. And well, I think almost everyone knows Huda Beauty. It is easily attainable in Sephora, in so many other stores. I feel like, apart from the fact that it's the most expensive, so it might be too expensive for some people, it would be easy to get. For the next lip gloss I'm going to be talking about is Haggard Scepter Series Double-Ended Glassy Lip Gloss in 05 Maiden Prayer. And I have received this in PR. This one is, like the name suggests, double-ended. Contains 4.6 grams of product in total, which means 2.3 of each, I suppose. The packaging is the biggest. However, if you would be only interested in the gloss, it would be the tiniest amount. If you do like the option of the color edition, then yes, it might be more valuable. For me personally, I don't care about the color. When it comes to the price, the full price from what I saw was around 17 euros per full size. And that means it's around 3.75 euro per gram. For the color, I will talk about both of them since it is a double-ended product, even though the color side is not minty, and it's not really a gloss either. It applies kind of like a sheer gloss, but then dries out to be like a matte lipstick, kind of. It is super sheer, so for me, if I want a lipstick, then I prefer it to be more full coverage, and then if I want something sheer, then I want it to be also nourishing. But it's not nourishing, and if you want more color and you add more color, then it starts weirdly pilling. So to me, the matte side does not make sense. And it does put a shadow on my whole review of this product. Even though the color is nice, it's kind of like a peachy, pinky nude color. But because of what it is, because of how sheer and the texture and all of that, I don't care for it, and most likely I wouldn't use it if not for the gloss side, because I do like the gloss. The gloss is translucent with some duochrome shimmer. It mainly looks pink, but then it also shifts slightly yellow and greenish lime kind of yellow. You mostly see pink though. The shimmer is also not very intense. You don't feel it in the gloss. It's mostly just slightly visible. It shines a little. If you're looking for a super shimmery gloss, I don't know if that's the answer. I don't think I have found a gloss that is the answer to that, but it is a nice gloss. It's pretty. When it comes to the nourishment, the matte side is not nourishing at all. It's, like I said, drying out matte. So it kind of dries your lips out when it dries, unless you apply the gloss on top. And the gloss side is a gloss. It's nourishing enough. It feels good on the lips. It doesn't disappear too quickly. In general, I quite enjoy it. Something I do really enjoy about this gloss is the scent. It smells kind of like peaches with mint. I think the color side smells more just peachy. Yeah, the color side is just peach, pure peach yogurt. It smells sweet and delicate, but like very, very pleasant to me. And then the gloss side smells very minty, but there's still this hint of peach in there. And personally, I really, really love the scent. I really enjoy it. I find it super pleasant. When it comes to the plumping effect, it's not super strong. I don't think it claims to be plumping. It just claims to be a gloss. So there's no really stinging effect, but there is mintiness. You definitely can feel it. It's nice. Another thing that I do enjoy about it is the applicator. I'm not talking about the color side. That one has a standard doe foot fluffy applicator, but the gloss side has a spatula one. And even though I probably wouldn't think that I would like it before, because it doesn't feel as nice on the lips, but when it's a translucent gloss, I really like, first of all, that I can get all of the product off of it onto my lips, but mostly that I don't really need to be worried about color contamination. And well, last but not least is the accessibility. From what I know, the only place you can get this lip product is on Haggard's website, unless you're already placing an order from the store. I don't consider that very accessible. I would say that is the least accessible product that I'm talking about in this video. The next gloss I'll be talking about is from the brand Romand, and it's their Glasting Water Gloss in the shade 00 Meteor Track. It's a traditional lip gloss packaging. It contains 4.3 grams of product, and the full price of it is around 10 euros, which means it's around 230 euro per gram. It's not the most affordable, but I would say that it's on the more affordable side. The applicator of the Romand lip gloss is a little plastic spatula. Again, it is very easy to clean off if you're using it on top of a lipstick. When it comes to the color, as you can see, it is translucent. It does have shimmer particles in it. The shimmer particles are multichrome. They shift from blue to pink, purple, yellow. It is really pretty when you look at it in the packaging. I don't think I'll be able to show it to you because I just don't have the equipment. You have to believe me. It looks really pretty. Maybe you can see a little. Can you see a little? You can see the blue. Yeah, I can see the blue. When it comes to the nourishment, it is the most watery, lightweight gloss out of all the ones that I'm talking about. It applies in a pretty thin layer. However, it is still nourishing enough for me. It's definitely more lightweight and eats away faster than some other glosses. It's more lightweight, so if you don't like the feeling of having a lip gloss on, it might be better for you. When it comes to the minty effect, you will feel it, of course, that's why we're here. It is immediately minty. It is not too strong, but it lasts a long time. I wouldn't call it plumping as well. I would mostly say that it's just minty. It has a very delicate minty scent. And last but not least, accessibility wise, I know it used to be not very accessible because at least I had to order it from Yes Style. It is my go-to website to order makeup and skincare from Asia. However, recently I have seen it in Rossmann stores in Prague. It seems like it's becoming more and more accessible, which I am a fan of. So the next lip gloss I'm talking about is from the brand Essence, and it's their Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss in the shade 102 Sweet Dreams. I imagine everyone knows what Essence is. I think it's a very, very accessible brand. Probably everyone knows it. It's also affordable, which makes it even better. I will give you a little spoiler. This is my #1 choice. It is my favorite out of all the glosses that I have here for multiple reasons. First of all, the packaging is, again, a traditional lip gloss packaging. It is translucent, so you can see how much gloss you have left. If you can hear any weird noises, there is a cat with me in the room. Yeah. And this little creature might be making some noises. Essence Lip Gloss contains 5 milliliters of product, which makes it almost the biggest one. For the full size, you will pay around 220 euro for the full size, which means per gram it's pretty much 40 cents. That makes it the most affordable product that I'm talking about. It is very affordable. I know that even when I was a broke student, I could afford Essence makeup, which is a great thing about it because not only is it actually nice, but it's also very affordable and accessible. As you can see, the color of it is completely translucent. I will note that they do have 2 translucent glosses. One is Minty and Plumping and one is not. So if you're interested in getting this one, make sure that you're getting the shade Sweet Dreams. When it comes to the scent, it smells very vanilla. You don't really smell a lot of mint. Very sweet, but very delicate. It's not a very strong scent. If you hate strong scents and are worried about it, I wouldn't really. It's not too strong. Then when it comes to the minty effect, minty feeling, it doesn't come right away. First, it just applies in this plushy vanilla-y feeling, and then the mintiness comes a bit later, but it does come. I understand that in this case, the mintiness is supposed to be plumping. Like I said earlier, I don't think it is. I don't think mintiness actually really does anything, or plumping in general. At least for me, it doesn't really give enough of a difference to really make a note out of it. So for me, it's mostly just a nice minty sensation. It's not stinging at all, which again contributes to my thought that it's not really plumping. It feels very plush. It applies in more of a thick layer, so it kind of coats your lips in this plushy, glossy feeling. It is very nourishing and stays on for quite a long time. You can feel it on the lips more than some other glosses, and it can be a bit more sticky than the others, but I think because of that, it's also more nourishing. The applicator in this one is a doe foot. The shape of it is more short and triangle. It kind of reminds me of an eyeshadow applicator, like the old school eyeshadow applicator, but fluffy. It is very soft. It has like a dent in the middle to keep more products, I suppose. But in general, it feels very nice. It feels very pleasant on the lips. However, because it is this fluffy kind of applicator, and again, the packaging is transparent, if you care about the color contamination, it would be a bit harder to clean it off properly between uses. You might get some color inside of the tube, but it does the job. It feels nice and it applies enough product. When it comes to accessibility, I would say it's probably accessible pretty much everywhere, because I keep seeing people from various countries talk about Essence. I think it's the most accessible, together with Huda Beauty's lip gloss. Last but not least, I'm gonna talk about a lip gloss from Colourpop. It's their So Juicy Plumping Gloss in the shade Small Talk. This one has a huge potential in my eyes, and it could be amazing if not for one huge drawback, and that drawback is the packaging. It contains 12 milliliters of lip gloss, so obviously it's way bigger than a lot of them. None of them really even compare in how much product you get when you buy this. However, it is very annoying. First of all, a squeezy tube in general is not really a very comfortable, convenient packaging in my eyes, but this one also leaks. It doesn't leak out of the packaging. If you take it with you on the go, you will not get lip gloss on other products, but it leaks into the little cap. So when I open it, there's a lot of product already in the cap, and while I'm trying to scoop it to use it on my lips, there's more coming out, even though I'm not pressing the packaging at all. I don't know what's causing this issue. It is quite old. I don't know if that's contributing or not. I think I got it in 2021. So maybe there's something wrong with my product specifically. Maybe. But it's happening. This is my experience. I don't have any other one to compare to. So I'm gonna just talk about this one. It is very uncomfortable. It is very annoying. And it did ruin the whole product for me, because I do really like and enjoy what's inside. I just don't like the packaging. It is quite affordable. So if you can look past the packaging issue, there are a lot of advantages to this product and a lot of reasons why I would recommend it. Probably if they would change the packaging, or if they did, because I'm not really following Colourpop and their launches, if they did change the packaging, then maybe I can recommend it. I'm not sure, but not with this one. However, it's around 8 euros full price, which means it's around 70 cents per gram. It's almost the cheapest product. It's not cheaper than the Essence one. Essence is still the cheapest, but it is very affordable. You can get a lot of product compared to if you get Huda or Bromance. This is the only lip gloss that has color in it. It is one that I'm wearing today. I have a lip liner and this on top. The color is a nude pink, pretty much a perfect everyday shade for me. And I will say I really like the color. The shade Small Talk is really perfect for me. So again, I do like it. Just packaging. When it comes to the nourishment, it's really nice. Probably the thickest gloss out of all the ones that I mentioned. It applies in a pretty thick layer, possibly just because of the way I apply it. I grab some with my finger and apply on my lips. Maybe if I applied it in some different way, like with an applicator, then it would be different. But it feels quite thick. It can be a little sticky because of it, and it stays on my lips quite a long time, considering it's a gloss. When it comes to the scent, it smells minty. It smells sweet, kind of like candy. I do enjoy the smell. It's really pleasant. The mintiness also is there. You can feel it immediately when you apply the lip gloss. It also stays for quite a long time, pretty much until the gloss wears off, I feel. I still feel it right now quite intensely, even though I applied it 40 minutes ago when I was prepping for the video. It's very mild, delicate, not intense, not hurting in any way at all. Cooling, mostly. I don't even know if I can talk about an applicator for this one because I don't really think it has an applicator. I don't apply it with itself. It has the typical plastic little applicator that things like this have, but I don't use it. I don't use it on any products that have this kind of applicator, not just this one, just in general. I'm not a fan of applying lip gloss this way. I always grab some with my finger and then just apply it with my finger. So to me, it has no applicator. And when it comes to accessibility, obviously you have to order it from Colourpop. I don't think they're being sold anywhere in Europe, from what I know, virtual online stores. I guess in US there are some places where you can get it in person. I'm not sure if these lip glosses are on display there. Yeah, I would say mostly order from Colourpop. It's not super accessible, but because of how affordable Colourpop is, maybe you're already placing an order. That would make it more accessible. Now let's talk about which ones I do recommend and which ones I don't. You can probably gather that already from the way I spoke about some of the glosses. With many of them I wasn't hiding whether I recommend them or not. So I will start with the ones that I don't recommend. It's nothing against the glosses. I don't really dislike any of them. It's mostly just that if I had to repurchase, they wouldn't be my first pick at the moment. And also because of the same reasons, if my best friend asked me which minty gloss I recommend, those wouldn't be the ones that I would recommend to her. So there's no hate to the brand, there's no any kind of negativity, it's just my preference. So if you do enjoy these products, if they're your favorites, please don't think that I'm hating on you, because I'm not. Every single one of these is good, every single one of them I will use up. Yeah, there's no declutters involved in this video. I would like all of them. However, ones that I would not recommend and would not repurchase, first of all, is of course the Colourpop So Juicy lip gloss. I think I stated my reason quite clearly. I dislike the packaging a lot, but I do like the color, I do like the formula, I think it feels very nice on the lips, and in general, the packaging is what ruins it for me. The next one that I wouldn't repurchase nor recommend is the one from Haggard. Again, no hate to the brand, and especially since I received it in PR, I am still very grateful for the opportunity to test it. However, I am not necessarily a fan of the dual-sided lip product. In general, I feel like if you're getting something double-sided, you need to really know that you like both of the products. And even in that case, it still feels kind of silly to me because you are getting less of both. And also, when you finish one but not the other, you still have to carry the whole packaging with you if you want to take it. So for example, in this case, if I loved both of the sides, if I use up the color side but not the lip gloss, and I still want to use the lip gloss, I have to carry this whole huge tube with me, even though it's only this amount that I would be using. So to me, that's silly. I'm not a fan of the concept. I am also not a fan of the color side of the lip product. I don't really like the formula. I love the scent. I think the color is beautiful, but the formula is just not really for me. The next product is neither here nor there, and it's the Huda Beauty Silk Balm Icy. I like the way it feels on the lips. I like the plumpy sensation that it gives. I like how strong it is. I like the scent. However, it's the most expensive one from the list, and it has the least product. So if you can afford it, if you want to get it, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's a good product. But if you're looking for a more affordable gloss, or if you're thinking that there's probably a lot in here, I'm here to tell you it's not affordable and there's not a lot. And then in the yes category, I put two remaining products. So the Essence lip gloss and the Romance lip gloss. My number one, and the one that I would recommend first of all, would be, I think, the Essence one. First of all, because of how affordable it is, because it feels nice. There's a lot of product in it and it's easily accessible. And yeah, then the other one, Romance, I also do recommend, especially if compared to the Essence, you prefer something lighter, something that doesn't coat your lips in such a plush layer. This one is definitely more lightweight. It feels a bit more watery. It also has shimmer. The shimmer is not super visible on the lips, but it's there. You can see it a little, and you can see it in the packaging, and it does look really pretty. So it was a very interesting experiment, focusing focusing on all of my Minty glosses and testing them and actually taking notes on what I think about them. And I do have some conclusions. Essence glosses are a hidden gem from the drugstore. Packaging is surprisingly important to me. All of us should really pay attention to price per gram. If you are into minty glosses like I am, I hope my video was useful. Please let me know if you have tried any of the lip glosses I talked about, and if so, what you think about them, if you agree or disagree with any of my thoughts. Also, let me know if you like minty glosses in general. I feel like I haven't really heard anyone say that they have a strong preference towards minty glosses. I think I have heard one or two people say that they hate them, but I don't think I heard someone say that they love them like me. So if you do, please let me know. I am curious. And if you thought that this video was interesting, entertaining, or helpful in any way, please subscribe for more videos like this in the future. I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!